Hi, I'm Oliver from TradeNeon. In this video, I want to briefly show you, using an example we discussed in yesterday's live webinar, how well Bookmap and level of interest work together. The market was in a clear uptrend since the US cash open. As you can see here in the 5-minute chart, this red area and this green area initially overlapped. These are our Vanna zones, which we derive from the dealer hedging context. How we work with the Vanna zones in detail, I'll explain in a separate video. The market then broke out above the previous day's high, entered the bull zone, and subsequently surged sharply. One of the webinar participants then asked me how I assessed the market for the rest of the day. The situation was relatively clear. We were trading above all key reference levels: the previous day's high, the previous day's VWAP, the previous week's VWAP, and the prior day's settlement price. The daily trend direction was clearly upward. The broader trend was long, and we were in a zone where option dealers primarily needed to adjust their hedges by buying. So I told the participants that I was looking for a long entry. I wait for the market to pull back to one of my levels and then check Bookmap to see how participants are interacting at that level. Later on, the market returned to this bullish hedging level, where a large position had previously been built up on the darkpool exchanges too. An ideal level to look for a potential long entry. Let's take a look in Bookmap to see how the situation looked in detail. As you can see, the price initially bounced off the level to the tick. I never just blindly place limit orders at the levels and hope for the best. After all, we're still order flow traders. Bookmap efficiently shows us what's happening at these levels, how passive participants behave, how limit orders shift in the book, and how aggressively market buyers and sellers act. As you can see, there is a large limit order sitting right at the upper edge of our level, and it had been there for quite some time. On the first attempt to reach the level, front-running algorithms were still active and caused the market to reflect off the level before the limit order could be hit. On the second attempt, however, the sellers managed to fill the limit order, but even here we see that active buyers immediately step back in. At 2:18 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the buyers finally showed initiative and pushed the market out of the small micro range. That would have been a great moment to look for a potential long entry, which we practically executed through a 0 DTE put sale.